Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, but probably not the Universe Sandbox you were expecting, as today we are playing Universe Sandbox Legacy, so the original game all the way back from 2008, and this is actually launching a new series today about the history of Universe Sandbox. So we're going to go from beginning all the way up to the present day of Universe Sandbox and see how things have evolved, and obviously the only way to do that is to play the original Universe Sandbox game. So I'd like to put out a massive thank you to one of the developers, or one of the development team, Brent, for giving me access and permission to film with this version of the game. As remember, he said to make it clear as well that this is Universe Sandbox Legacy. This is not the current version of the game, it's an entirely different game, and yeah, they're no longer supporting this version of the game. So there could be bugs, there may not be, there may be, we don't know, but obviously anything you see, it's never going to be fixed. The developers have not got any interest in obviously developing or changing this game anymore. So this is the game in its final release form. So yeah, a massive thank you to Brent again for allowing us access to play this. So without further ado, let's actually begin and start to look around and talk about some of the history of the game and just explore how different things looked back in 2008, as that is when this game was first released, all the way back in 2008, all the way back in the 2000s, the late 2000s is when this game released. So yeah, he gave me a bit of information, Brent. So he said the first version of Universe Sandbox Legacy, which is what this is, was first released in 2008, but it was not available for purchase through Steam until 2011. So obviously at one point you were able to buy and purchase this game and check it out, but obviously you can't do that anymore since they've released the current version of Universe Sandbox, or Universe Sandbox 2 as a lot of us know it as. So this current version of Universe Sandbox, so this game we're in right now, this game lived all the way up to about 2014, 2015, as at that time Universe Sandbox 2 was released and it replaced this game. So this game roughly had a lifespan of 2008 all the way to about 2015. So yeah, it had a good run, had quite a long run there, good few years there. So let's go ahead and see how different the game looked when it was designed in 2008. So if we just open up a fresh simulation here, you can see the game starts off in 2008, which is pretty cool. So that's roughly the release date of when the game was out, roughly. So around that time, I don't know if that was the exact date, but yeah, the game released in 2008. So let's go ahead and see what everything looks like. So yeah, I believe that it was only purchasable through their website as well, because as he said, the game wasn't available on Steam until 2011, so there was a good few years before you could actually get it on Steam. So I think you would have been able to buy it through their website at that time, or maybe you brought it on a disc all the way back in the early 2000s. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, there we are. So okay, here we go. And also, please note, guys, you can't access this version of the game. I was given special permission from the developers to access this and obviously film with it. So again, a massive thank you to Brent for that. But yeah, enough of me babbling on about stuff. Let's actually explore the game and see what is up. So first of all, looking at the sound, we can notice straight away there's not much detail. And obviously, remember, 2008, this is obviously designed a while back. But I think even then, for 2008, all the way back on computers and technology back then, this is really impressive stuff. I mean, obviously the detail of the sun isn't too hot, but it works, it runs, and it does look good from a distance. I mean, sun, obviously, there we are. So let's actually just have a full look at all the planets. Remember, this was designed in 2008, so let's just give it the benefit of the doubt there. Remember, it is quite an old version. Oh, look at Mercury, wow. That does look right weird to obviously what we know now. I mean, it doesn't even look like a full sphere shape. If you look carefully, it's not a sphere. Now, I'm wondering if that's to do with the settings, maybe? Is there like a graphic settings we can turn up, maybe? I mean, the settings are very basic. There isn't many settings really to play with here. So, show bodies at actual size. Oh, my. Whoa. Oh, okay. So, is that... Oh, that's kind of made everything... Oh, my God, look what it... This is a cool option. Whoa. Oh, my God, that's awesome. Look at that. Oh, that's so cool. And he did say as well, Brent did say, if there's any features in Legacy that you would like to see in the current Universe Sandbox, that would be great to know. So he said any feedback you see from this and stuff that you'd like to see in the current game, let us know down below in the comments if there's any stuff in this video that you would like to see added to the main Universe Sandbox, the Universe Sandbox 2. Let us know down below in the comments. But I've already seen something I want to see, and that is this feature right here. Show bodies at actual size. How cool is that? Look at that. You can see all the planets. Wow. I'm surprised this isn't added. This is a really cool, neat little feature. I really like that. Why can't we have that in the game? Yeah, developers, if you're watching, please consider this. This is a really cool little feature you've got here. I mean, it doesn't really do much in terms of game practicality, but it's a really nice visual thing. I really, really like that. That is really cool. So show bodies, look at, so the biggest it can go. So you zoom out, oh, look at that. That's so cool. So if you zoom out, got the whole solar system all in sphere shape. Ah. So you can have a little tease of what some of the objects already look like, but that is so cool. I really, really rate that. Okay, cool. Right, so there's a lot of stuff we can play around in the options here. So let's see. So what else is? Oh, that's made my game really lag out. So what does that do? Oh my god. So you can see there's obviously a few glitches in here, but yeah, give it the benefit of the doubt. It's quite an old game. It's not supported. So Constellations. So does that like light anything? On and off. Interesting. Western. So I'm not exactly sure what all of these options do. Highlight marks. Okay, so that shows obviously where all the planets are. So we have that in the game, the present game at the moment. Project paths. Whoa. So that's basically orbit mode, I think. Projected paths. Okay, so that's basically orbit mode. Because obviously we have trails and orbit mode in the current game. So, okay, so that's roughly what that is. Phantom Sun. What does that do? New lighting system. Okay, so we'll use old light system. So what does it? Does that change anything with the sun? Phantom Sun. It must be to do with the light on the planets, is my guess. So focus on Mercury. Whoa. So is that what? So does that do any? Interesting. Okay. Oh, okay. So you can change the background as well. So. Okay, so this is like a brightness bar. Okay, so that's what that does. Okay, interesting. Phantom Sun. So that's almost like changing the luminosity in the normal game. So, okay, there we are. So I'm not sure what all those do. So grid mode. Obviously, that's pretty self-explanatory. So if you zoom out, you get grid mode, which is quite cool, actually. Grid mode doesn't look like that in the present version. That's really cool. Okay, so there's different backgrounds as well. So let's have a little look in that. Let's turn off grid. Okay. Right, so background. So obviously you've got Milky Way, and obviously the background itself, it looks a whole lot more colourful than what we, the current Universe Sandbox game. But obviously I think that's a little unrealistically colourful, I have to say there. Milky Way, so you get stars, microwave. Whoa, ho, ho, oh wow, okay, so it's like, that's a pretty cool little neat thing. That'd be quite cool to have that in the game as well, in the normal game. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So microwave, so that's like background radiation stuff sort of there. Microwave, and then white. So obviously that's pretty self-explanatory there as well. But yeah, okay, so we'll go back to Milky Way. Okay, so create impact marks, create dust, accurate, what's this? Dust multiplier. Okay, oh my. So what if you turn that all the way up? That could be pretty hectic. So we'll just leave that on 1 roughly for now. Show bodies at actual size. Obviously we can put that all the way back down. But yeah, that is I really like that. That is a really, really cool little feature there. Yeah, I would really like to see that in the normal game, or like the current game if it was possible. That is a really, really cool thing. Okay, so there's also simulation options, collision, accuracy mode. Okay, so what does accuracy mode do? Okay, so use RK4 math to calculate the effect of gravity over time. Is much slower to calculate but more accurate. Okay, so this basically makes everything simulate more accurately. And then obviously the normal mode is less accurate sort of stuff. And then obviously collision mode, combine or bounce. Okay. So as we can see, the game gets really laggy when you try and use realistic stuff. So we're just going to stay on the normal, just so we can actually run the game. So, right, enough of the actual settings plane. Let's actually look at the planets. So obviously we already saw Mercury. So Mercury does look very, very sort of pixely. It doesn't even look like a full sphere shape, which is pretty weird. So there's Mercury. So now moving on, Venus. So over here, look at Venus. Look at how its clouds look. Honestly, I think Venus looks better here than it does in the present game, in the current game. I really, really like the clouds here, because also the current game, Venus does look quite green, and I wouldn't say it's the most realistic sort of looking Venus interpretation, but I think the Venus in this game, I've got to say, I rate it. I think it looks really, really cool, and I think it looks a lot better than the current version of Venus, I have to say, personally, from my opinion. So yeah, guys, let us know what you think down below on the visuals of all the planets in this game as well, because I think that's quite a cool yeah, I think that's quite a cool sort of look to Venus in this version of the game. So there's a nice look at Venus. Is there any way you can take its atmosphere off? Because obviously there's very limited options with customization. So physical appearance. Oh, wow. Oh! Pretty cool. Okay, so I don't know, can you guys see that? It's opened up a separate window. Let's see, can you guys... I'm not sure if you guys can actually see that. But yeah, it's got me a colour wheel up, so I don't know if you guys can see that. But, okay, so what does that do? Whoa! Wowee! Okay. That's pretty cool. Okay, so they did have atmosphere customization, or I'll say cloud atmosphere customization back in this game as well. Texture. Oh, you can change the texture as well? Ooh. Okay, so... Random. So what does that do? Okay, I've got... Ooh. Oh, so you can have random textures? Oh, that's... Wow. I've got to say, another feature, it could be quite cool, in the current Universe Sandbox is a random texture button that generates like a random appearance or random look, or just so you can change the textures in a legit manner instead of having to like make it a gas giant. Because in the current version of the game, you have to make objects like gas giants and then turn them back to rocky planets to like change the texture and stuff. And the visual appearance of like a random rocky planet. But in this game, you can just do it by that. And also you could type in a texture. So if you have a look in the game files... Oh. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that. It's just popped it into... So I'm just looking in the files. So it's opened up a window and it's showing me different textures. So that's quite cool, actually. But let's go back to full screen mode. So it popped me out. Okay, there we go. So is that back on full screen? Okay. So yeah, opened up a folder with the textures in it. So that's pretty cool. So if you press this button, yeah, it opens the folder up. Okay, I like it. So obviously color. We can just pull it back to a more basic color. But yeah, cool. That's cool. I like that. So we've obviously completely ruined Venus though. So yeah, we'll leave that be for now. But okay, that's cool. So you can change textures just on the dot like that. Okay, so obviously the texture for this one is earth.dds there. Okay, so how does Earth look in this version of the game? So... Okay, let's just slow down time, 2 minutes. Okay, so here's Earth, all the way back from Universe Sandbox Legacy. So, yeah, gotta say, yeah, does look pretty good. So, how are we doing here? Let's turn up the speed. The oceans do look blue. I really like the way the clouds look as well. And yeah, I've got to say, it's nice that we now have access to clouds like this in the current version of Universe Sandbox. Also, obviously, they added the cloud customization in like the recent updates, so... Yeah, it's cool to see it. We can now sort of make Earth look more cloudy like this version of Earth. But I gotta say, yeah, Earth looks pretty cool. So there's Earth. Okay, next up we've got Mars. Is there a way to do chart mode? I think that would be quite good. Is there a chart? Oh, there is a chart mode. Okay. Right, diameter. We always do diameter. Oh, you have diameter as well. Okay, so this version of the game as well, diameter. It's not radius, it's diameter. Hey, so if you didn't know, diameter is basically from one side to the other. Radius is only from one side to the center. So radius times 2 is what the diameter is. Okay, so here we are. So Mars, look at Mars. Oh, Mars does look very sort of orange. It looks a lot different to the way it does in the game currently. Where's Earth gone? Is it? I don't know. Where's Earth? I don't know where that's gone. Yeah. Oh, this game is quite sensitive with the mouse. Okay, I think Earth is kind of merged inside Venus. What if I delete Venus, for instance? Okay, I don't know where Earth's gone, but yeah, we already saw Earth anyway, so that's fine. So here's Mars. So as you can see, it does look very, very orange compared to the Mars we have in the current game. Okay, so next up we've got Jupiter. Yeah, the planets are combined. Let's just go to a... Can we go to a fresh simulation? I think it's probably better if we do that. So new simulation. Whoa, create empty simulation. Okay. Right, so add planets. So we can have a look at the interface as well. Oh my god, right. Mars, so Jupiter. So here's a good look at Jupiter in the present version here. So... Jupiter in its old form. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so gotta say it does look a lot more detailed than the Jupiter we have in the game at the moment. But yeah, we've been talking about that for quite a while really in my videos. I've always said about the Jupiter in Universe Sandbox 2, or current Universe Sandbox now. I've always said it, yeah, it could definitely do with a detail overhaul. But yeah, as we can see, if the Jupiter in the current game looks something like this, I think that'd be a really good improvement. But obviously, that's up to opinion, and that's just my personal opinion, guys. So if you agree differently, let us know what you think down below in the comments there. But let's, can we, how do we play? There we go, play. There you go, so there's a nice look. So where's the old red spot? That's what I want to see. So 1 hour. Red spot, where are we? Slow down. Oh, there it is, okay. So let's just slow it down. There we go. And I've got to say, the interface is really, really weird adapting to from playing Universe Sandbox for like 5 years, playing the original game. Because I've barely ever played this. I've only like gone on it briefly just to make sure it all runs and stuff. But I've never actually gone and played it in depth like we're doing here. So, pretty cool stuff. Okay, so where's the red spot? I want to see how the red spot sort of looks here. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I think that's a really good looking Jupiter for this version of the game. And also all the way back from 2008, I think the Jupiter's got really high detail for the time as well. And I got to say, I think the Jupiter here looks better than the Jupiter we have in the game at the moment. I like the detail. It's got way more cloud detail, way more like sort of color blending on it. And yeah, got to say, it looks really cool. So there's Jupiter. So what we'll do is we'll delete that. Now we're going to add Saturn in. Okay, so how does Saturn look? Let's have a look. So Saturn, plate. So again, Saturn, quite similar feedback to Jupiter. I'll give it. It just has more color blending, so more bands in there. But obviously, this game, I don't think it runs on the same stuff like the current game does. So the way the bands work, and I think this is just a texture rather than having all bands combined together. So maybe it isn't possible to make them look like this, like in the current game, without adding like a crazy amount of bands. But yeah, I've got to say, if it is possible, it would be cool to see Jupiter and Saturn get an overhaul in the way they look. Because in the current game, they do look quite basic compared to obviously their realistic and counterparts, and obviously their counterparts in this game as well. I've got to say, Jupiter and Saturn, they do look a lot more detailed here as well. So yeah, there's Saturn, a nice look to it. Whoa! Okay, so if you zoom in with your mouse, it kind of makes you go on the surface. That's pretty cool. So yeah, there's a close look at Saturn. I'm kind of locked onto it now. See, we're on surface view. Let's exit that. Okay, oh, wow, okay. So yeah, there is Saturn. So a nice look of it there. Has like some, almost looks like it has some impact marks or sort of holes on it there, like cloud holes. So, okay, there's Saturn. Okay, so what have we got next? So next up is Uranus. How does Uranus look? This has always been quite a one that's discussed a lot in the current game. Is Uranus's texture always had quite a weird look to it in Universe Sandbox 2, but looking at the original game, completely spot on, I'd say. It's got its really pale sort of colour, which is what it in theory should have, because obviously in Universe Sandbox 2, for the longest time, Uranus was way too blue and vibrant blue, but here in this game, we can see Uranus has got its proper pale, sort of very bland sort of appearance, and yeah, that's in theory how it should be. So yeah, Uranus definitely gets a big thumbs up from me in this version of the game. I like it. I think it looks really good, and yeah, you can see there's little details in it, like it in theory should be. Not much going on at Uranus. A very sort of inactive ice giant. So you're looking cool. I quite like how you right click it and it has all of the information there. That's quite a cool little nifty little feature there. So I quite like that. Okay, so there's Uranus. Delete rings. I don't even know there was rings around it. Can you add rings? Turn it into dust. What does that do? Let's try that. Oh, okay, so it literally just pops it. Ah, cool. Okay, so that's all that's left of Uranus. So, right, Neptune. How does good old Neptune look? So let's just place it over here, get away from all those particles. So, good old Neptune, how do you look in this version of the game? And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, is there a dark spot? Okay, I see one of the scooter scooter spots down there. Is the dark spot on Neptune? Come on. Turn the sound up. And that was one thing I would love. Oh, there's one of the scooters, the smaller dark spot. So you can see the smaller dark spot there. There's also some scooters. If you don't know what they are, just look them up. But, okay. Oh, it does. Oh, yeah. Neptune has the dark spot in this. Oh, see, it's not the most detailed looking dark spot, but it has the dark spot. Okay, developers, dark spot, come on. Add the dark spot to the current game. It'd be so cool. If there's just a way to toggle it on or off, that would be really cool to see, and I'm sure a lot of people would like to see that as well. But yeah, that's cool. Dark spot on Neptune. Would love to see that in the current game, but obviously it may not be possible. I'm not sure. I don't know how the code works. But obviously, if it's possible to get the red spot on Jupiter, fingers crossed it's possible to do it with Neptune and have Neptune with its own sort of spot texture you could add on. I mean, that could be quite cool. And yeah, it's also got some other like some of the smaller dark spots and scooter storms on it as well, which is pretty cool. So yeah, really, yeah, Neptune gets a good thumbs up from me as well. It's not too vibrant in colour. I think it's quite a good representation of Neptune as well. And it does remind me of the Space Engine one quite a lot as well. So I like it. Really cool. So yeah, Neptune, definitely a thumbs up. So the ice giants, all the gas giants actually, they get a thumbs up from me. The rocky planets, obviously, I'd say the ones in the current game are way better than the ones in this game. But yeah, I think the gas giants from the original game win me over, I have to say. I really like the way they look. And I think they have more detail and more colour blending on them as well. But obviously, I think that's just the way. I think these are like actual textures rather than having individual bands like they have in the current game, if I understand it correctly. So I think that's just how the design works. And maybe these, I think these are just sort of textures rather than individual bands that you add on. So that's my guess. But obviously, I'm not the programmer. Hopefully, the developers would say something about that. I'm not sure. If they're watching this, that'd be cool. But yeah, let me know, developers, if you're watching. I mean, yeah, I'd be interested to know if these are like textures, or they're like done by bands like they are in the game currently. But yeah, I'm guessing these are textures. But I think either way, a dark spot, that'd be amazing to see in the current game if possible. That'd definitely be some feedback I'd like to see. But yeah, there we are. So yeah, gas giants overall, from the visuals of the planets, gas giants for me, I think, are better looking than the ones in the current game. But rocky planets, the current game blows them out of the water. I think the only thing that looks cooler about the rocky planets is Venus's clouds and atmosphere. I think the interpretation of Venus does look better here than it does in the current game. But obviously the current games, Mercury, Earth and Mars, they are way, way, way cooler and better looking than the ones in this game. So there we are. Okay, so there's all the sort of the planets done. So now let's actually explore some of the other nooks and crannies of this game. So also you can save, we can probably create a system as well. So we've got our local galaxy. So let's see what we've got here. Okay. Whoa. Oh. Oh, I like this. Oh, this is cool. Well, the galaxies do get weird when you zoom in. I guess that's for lag purposes though. So yeah, okay. So when you zoom out, they actually do look really cool. So you've got the whole local group? Oh, that's so cool. It would be cool to see this simulation added in the current game, not going to lie, but obviously galaxies in the current game, if you place a lot of them in, they do get very, very laggy and slow. But yeah, this is a nice little neat simulation you can do here. I mean, Milky Way, you got Andromeda over here, and all of the other small, you got Triangulum as well. Oh yeah, so you got like, yeah, this is pretty much the whole local group. And you've got all of the small dwarf galaxies around, obviously the two big galaxies, and also you got the other one over there as well. Oh, that's awesome. So you got, yeah, Triangulum's obviously the other largest galaxy, but obviously Milky Way and Andromeda are the two top ones here. So you got the dwarf. Oh, that is amazing. So you get all the little dwarf galaxies and stuff as well. I like it. That's a really, really neat little simulation now. I like it. What happens if you speed up time? Do they actually like collide us? Can we run it? How fast can it actually run? I want to see if they move. Let's look onto the Milky Way. It'd be cool if you could see the two galaxies merge. I don't know if it does it in this simulation, but I mean, can we just go to like stupid lengths of time here? Do they move at all? If we go to 1 billion, what if we couldn't go for 100 million years? I don't know if we can go much quicker than that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna like doing that. 10 times. Yeah, it doesn't seem to really want to do that. Let's try opening it again, because I think I may have messed it up by putting a really high number in. So yeah, really, really cool simulation of our local galaxy. So times 10. Yeah, it doesn't seem like timesing it up doesn't really seem to like it. I don't know. So what does this button do? That's gravity. Ooh, that would really upset things. But yeah, it doesn't look like I can actually run the simulation too well by the looks of it. I mean, yeah, it does get really, really laggy here, as we can see when I press play. So there's no way this is going to run at millions of years. So I don't think this is able to move, unfortunately. I wonder if the galaxy collision is in here. Oh, it is. Okay, right. So it's... Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, so there's a cool view of it from a distance. Obviously, when you zoom in, they do look really weird. But when you zoom out, they look cool. So speed up time a bit. Actually, no, let's just let it run the way it was designed. So galaxy collision in the original Universe Sandbox Legacy game. Check it out. I've got to say, the galaxies do look pretty neat. I do like the way the galaxies look. So let's see how they merge. Move the camera as well. So Milky Way and Andromeda. Going brawling. You can see the Milky Way is the more yellow coloured one. Okay, so they merge. Stuff gets shot out absolutely everywhere, which may or may not happen. Obviously, we don't know. But obviously, big galaxy collision, I'm sure some stuff could get ejected. But there's a lot of them here. So, okay, so can we run any quicker? See how fast we can go. So you can see the two individual black holes, Milky Way and Andromeda. They've collided. They're now sort of working themselves out by the looks of it, really. Let's see if they actually return and merge again. Okay, oh yeah, they are getting closer. Oh, and they've tossed each other out. Okay. Oh, wowee. Okay, so they've just deflected and magneted off each other. But I think the real life sort of analysis is that both of them would collide together. But yeah, the game has launched them outwards here, so that's pretty cool. So Milky Way and Andromeda have created a huge mess. I mean, in theory, you could you class that as a galaxy? I mean, just looks like one of the elliptical ones now, which is pretty cool. So, yeah. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff going on there. Yeah, guys, there's the galaxy collision sim. Okay, so what we got next? Constellations. Okay. Ooh, okay, I like that. Ooh. Okay, so here's the sun. So can we view it from Earth or? Oh no, there's no Earth. Okay. Okay, so just zooming out. So the constellations, obviously we can see the constellations from different stars' points of view as well. So that's really cool. So we've got Alpha Centauri. So how do the constellations look from Alpha Centauri's perspective? So as we can see, the stars change. Because obviously we're in a different location in the galaxy now. So all of the constellations do look slightly different. So where's one that everyone knows? Orion. Where's the constellation of Orion? I'm not too knowledgeable on constellations, I have to say. Constellations. Well, where's Orion? That's one that we all know because it's always one you can recognise with the three. There it is. There's Orion there, so you can see the 3 stars in a row. That's obviously quite recognisable, and obviously it's got some notable names in it like Betelgeuse and Rigel. So, how does the Orion constellation look from a different point in the galaxy? So, what if we head to a different star? So, let's say we go to this object here, Atlas. Look how the constellation of Orion. Because we're in a different location of space, we can see that Betelgeuse is now in front of all the other stars. So you would never get that constellation from this perspective. So, oh, that's cool, that is. So you can see the constellations all from different points in the Milky Way. So if you go completely behind it, all the constellations wouldn't line up at all. The only way the constellations will only ever work properly if you're actually in the solar system. If you're any other star, all the constellation stars will be in different positions, which is really, really cool. So obviously moving back into the central area, the constellations look more familiar. But as you zoom out and go to different stars in different directions, all the constellations won't really match up anymore. That's quite a cool simulation. Do we have that? I don't know if we have a simulation like this in the current game, but it's quite a cool, neat little simulation as well there. I like it. So you can see Deneb over there in the Cygnus constellation there. So we're looking from Alpha Centauri's perspective, but yeah, Deneb, one of the furthest objects out. So if we go all the way to Deneb and look back at the constellations, we can probably see that, yeah, none of them look, yeah, none of them would be even recognisable from this sort of distance, I don't think. There's Antares as well. Over here, one of the other big notable stars. So how does this one look? Oh, way more orange, but yeah, again, none of the stars are going to look correct from this perspective in the simulation. So yeah, really, really cool simulation there as well, I have to say. I don't know if it's in the current game, because there is a lot of simulations you can access, but I don't think I've ever seen one like this. I know there's like a local star group, but not one with the constellations, which is quite cool. Yeah, I really like that. Okay. Alright, so next up, planets and all moons. Let's have a little peek and see how this runs. Okay, whoa. So sun. So it doesn't just have all moons. I think it's got a lot of asteroids in here as well. Wow, okay. It's also got a space telescope. Huh. What if we put? Can we put orbits on? How do we do orbits? Is it settings? Isn't it? Orbits. Where was it? Okay. Oh god. Oh, that's bad. Don't run that. Turn that off. Oh, there's a lot of orbits. Yeah, that's probably best we don't use that. Okay, so as we can see, you got Mercury, you got Messenger there as well, so that's a spacecraft. Where's so Venus over here? Earth, I'm guessing Earth should have a lot of stuff around it. So there's Earth, yeah. Moon, so obviously got loads of stuff over there. Okay. And obviously lots and lots of stuff in the inner solar system, but also in the asteroid belt, you got loads of names there. Jupiter's moons, Saturn's moons. Further out, you got Uranus, Neptune, and obviously all the further dwarf or like objects as well. Voyager 1 as well, that's cool. So it actually has a space probe simulation. Pioneer 11, Pioneer 10, Pioneer probes. They're not even in Universe Sandbox 2 or Universe Sandbox. So can we see what they look like? Do they have a texture? Can you view them? Oh, it just appears as a chunk. Okay, so it's a moon texture actually, but okay, so it's cool. It actually has a representation of the Pioneer probes as well. And yeah, I gotta say, as for human objects, it would be nice to see a Pioneer probe added to the game as well. In the current game, is a nice little comparison to have more probes in, but yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, okay, that's quite cool. It has a lot of objects and space probes as well. Cool. Do like that. That gets a thumbs up from me. What we got next? Explore more simulations. What does that do? Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna be here all day. Oh wow. Pioneer 10, 1973. Pioneer 10 at Jupiter, open simulation. Pioneer 10, 1973. Wowee. So the first visit to the Jupiter sort of area. I think it was anyway. Pioneer 10's flyby Jupiter. So these were like test probes of the voyages, if I remember right. So, yeah, Pioneer, classic. Jupiter's rings look pretty weird in this version, but yeah, okay. So Pioneer 10's flyby. So here we go. So this is the first sort of approach of the Jupiter system. So here we go, the flyby of the big planet by our little cubed friend. There we go. Nice. That's cool. Oh, so let's see what other cool simulations there are. So I think, yeah, we don't need to look at the moon one, so I think that's pretty self-explanatory. So what else? Okay, we can look at the collision 1994 Shoemaker, Levy 9 crashing. Let's have a little look. Open simulation. So can we see, where is it? Oh, here we go. So obviously we know this quite well. We've seen this in the current version. So let's see how the collisions, because we haven't actually had any collisions yet. We need to see how the collisions look in this game. So let's have a little look. Okay, is it going? Where are they? Come on. Okay, let's just give it a little more time. Speed it up just a tad bit. Come on, a little faster. There you go. Okay, so collisions with Jupiter. There you go. Okay. Oh, it's okay. There's a few little collision marks. You can see there's a few dots there. Okay. But yeah, my guess is the collision graphics are going to be nowhere near as good as the present day game, because obviously better technology down the road also means you can simulate better stuff. But yeah, so enough of us looking at the simulations. I mean, we can do that in another episode if you guys want to see another episode just checking out this game individually. But today we're focusing on obviously the history of the game and just how the game runs and just visuals and things like that. But if we want to go further in depth, we can always return to this game another time. So create new simulation. I think we'll finish off with collisions today, because I think we've pretty much explored, we've explored a lot of this here, and I don't want to make the video too long for part 1 of this series. But okay, so next up, yeah, let's have a collision. So we'll go a good old Earth versus Venus. So Earth, where are we? So what do these do? Normal tool. Okay, so add tool. So let's put Venus there. I don't want it in orbit mode. Is there a way to like turn off orbit mode? Launch. I guess we can just launch it, then that works. So Venus into Earth. There you go. Okay. Pause. Okay. We need to slow down time. So turn that off. Okay. Venus versus Earth. We're going to do it in slow motion. Original game. Let's see what the original game's got in store for us. So slow down time. Play. Whoa. Okay. So that went way quicker than I thought it would. Venus just got gobbled up. Oh, wow. Okay. So 2 minutes. Oh, well, that's going pretty quick. Yeah, I want to really slow this down. Yeah, come on. If I just go to 1 second, like real time, 1 second. 1 second. Like that. Okay, 1 second, okay. So we can see there is a collision mark there. Ooh. Okay, so where do we mark? Let's try that again, sir, because I know like when you speed it up, it can sometimes make the simulation weird. So try that again. So nice and slow this time. Venus versus Earth. So how does this look? Oh. Okay, so they just pop together, so maybe there isn't proper like collision physics in this. So we can see it has made a collision though. So what if we just speed up time now? So does that like increase the temperature or anything, or no? Okay, so it looks like collisions are very, very fairly basic. So they merge together, nice and simple. There isn't any fancy sort of collision impacts and stuff. So I think that's what the second game was also very good for, was it's a massive sort of upgrade on collision physics and things like that. So I guess we can try Mars. I'm guessing we're going to see the same sort of stuff. Yep. We can also we'll throw Neptune into it. Why not? So Neptune, obviously that's going to gobble up Earth. Just, oh my god, it's just gone. Oh man. Okay. So we can see, yeah, collisions aren't obviously very, very detailed and developed compared to what we have in the current game. So obviously collisions are way, way, way better in the current game. But let's open existing, yeah, create new simulations. Weird. It's so weird having the menu on the right-hand side. That's really throwing me off. And it also has achievements. What does that do? Does that open anything? No, it hasn't. Maybe it's open something in my computer. I'm not sure. But okay, so it has an achievement mode, and they're on Steam, those achievements. So you can save. So what if I actually try? I think we'll finish off here. It's making a quick little simulation. So what can we do here? So stars. Oh my god, the stars. Oh my god, they look so basic. Wow. Aldebaran, why not? I'll place you roughly there. Okay, so design this system. So what we got? So these are moons, asteroids, objects. Objects, what you got? Okay, so what's that? Bowling ball, so the teapot, the dice, monolith, ring. What does ring do? So you got rings, so you can have the rings of all the planets. Oh, it's got Jupiter. It's got Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune rings. Ah. Actually, before we make a simulation, I want to see what the Neptune rings look like. Okay, so that's what Neptune's rings look like in this game. Okay, cool. Interesting stuff. So, okay, right there. Let's actually get to making a system now. So here we go. Okay. So stars. Actually, I want to see what this ring is as well. What exactly is this? It's pretty self-explanatory. It literally is just a ring. Huh. Okay. Right. So stars. So who are we going with? Where's Aldebaran? I'm gonna use that one. Canis Majoris. Oh, Canis Majoris obviously was the largest star when this game was made as well in the early 2000s, or late. I should say late 2000s. Pollux. Where was? There we go. I want to use this object here. Okay, there it goes. Right. Cool. Right. So making a system around this. So there isn't any random rocky planets or anything like that. I like the galaxies as well. It's a cool list of stuff. So stars, planets. These random... Okay, so no, these are just... So is there any way to get random planets at all? I think the only way to do it is be putting that Venus in like we did earlier and then changing the texture on it. So let's just try doing a simulation with our own planets. So I want orbit. Is that going to work? So let's just place our solar system planets around here. So Neptune. I'll place them just different areas. So let's place Mars close, Venus further out. I want to see how the simulation runs roughly and how if temperatures and stuff work. So, and actually what we'll do as well is we'll put that cool little feature on of making them bigger. I really like that. Is such a cool little feature. I really like that. That is the number one thing I want to see added to the current game is that. It's really cool. I really like it. Okay, so play. I want to see like if stuff gets upset by Aldebaran's temperature. Does it increase the temperature of Mars, for instance? Does it do anything? Planet temperature. So it does, yeah. Average temperature 800. So does it change anything visually? So we'll let the simulation run for a while. Let's. I want to see if it does like visual changes to the planets at all. Does it like evaporate the water on Earth, for instance? Let's have a little look. No. So what's Earth? So Earth is currently Earth. Open up Earth. 282 degrees. The water should have disappeared by now. Properties. So there's no composition as well. Notice there's no composition stuff. Whoa, that star looks glitchy. Oh wow. Roosh limit. Hill sphere. So I'm not going to touch any of that stuff. Tint. So you had appearance, tint. Tint on tint to apply texture. Okay, so there's tints and colour. That's pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, it looks like temperature-wise, you can't even have visual changes with temperature. So we can see this is very primitive compared to what we have in the current game. So you can see straight away there's not much you can do in terms of customization either. I mean, you can't even spawn in random planets. The only way to get like random planets is to customize the normal planets in the game. So you can see it is very primitive to what we have currently. So this is like part one of the evolution of Universe Sandbox, really. Because remember, we're doing the history of the games here. So we're seeing how the game started out, and we're eventually going to go all the way to the present day, where we can see how much more customization there is in the present day game. So I think that is really cool. But yeah, there we are, guys. I think that does it for checking out the original Universe Sandbox game. So obviously, if you would like me to return here in another video, obviously it wouldn't be part of the history of Universe Sandbox series, but just a video in general, just exploring and checking things out, seeing how stuff works, and let me know down below if you would like to see that. But with all that said and done, guys, I really hope you've enjoyed part one of the history of Universe Sandbox and just exploring the game. But yeah, stay tuned for next video where we'll be returning to the normal Universe Sandbox we play in, and yeah, one of the oldest update we can access, and we're just going to do a quick video through, we probably won't be able to focus just on one version. We'll probably hop through a few different versions, so this will probably be maybe a 3 or 4 part series, hopefully. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I really hope you enjoy it, and yeah, let me know if you like this series, and yeah, want me to continue with it, guys. But with that all said and done, let's see if we can go for 50 likes on today's video, guys, for the original Universe Sandbox Legacy game. And yeah, if you also liked it that much, make sure to subscribe. Help us on the journey to 30,000 subscribers as well. That is obviously our goal now, since we got 20,000. So yeah, pretty awesome stuff there. And yeah, just stay tuned for part 2 of this series. So yeah, make sure you guys all have a great day. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.